Hello, class. Today we're going on a field trip. But first, I must discard my hair. Much better. And now the magical world of earth science from high school high school earth science notes. Let's take a trip back in time and also through earth science, shall we? To Handington's old high school earth science binder. Yep. That's not Handington's handwriting. This was a discarded thing somebody was going to throw out that Handington rescued from the trash years ago. And it had earth science written on it, so he used it for earth science. Quite fitting. I, Miss Frizzle's hand, shall take you on a magical trip through dynamic, moving energy. Earth? More Earth? A new view of Earth. Good stuff. Now there's a jar, and then there's an open jar. Science. Let's see. Oh, we skipped over 2 pages. Oh, that page isn't important. What was it on? Probably like air. Not important. There's a loose leaf paper from Handington's old writing. You're not going to see that because it has Handington's name. There's the energy cycle, the rock cycle, and the motorcycle. There's Stanley Ponds, very important part of Earth. Nature's most important resources, machines of war. Let's see, what other stuff is here? Yes. Printing errors. It all turned out pink. I don't know if you can actually see this as well, so we should really zoom in a little bit, because the light is a little bit bad in the room. But this is the only time and place that Handington could record this. But I'm Miss Frizzle's hand. What scale means? I don't know what scale means. You should use better grammage. What does scale mean? Magnetic declination. Look at that. Difference between GN. And now you know. Learning is fun, children. More pink because the printer messed up. There's aerial photography. Take a picture of the Little Mermaid. That was a joke from the Sonic comics that Handington stole. Oh, look. It looks almost like an amoeba. Handington had to draw this for talking about topography. I remembered that before I looked at the thing. Wow. Handington did learn stuff from earth science. Can you see it? It looks like an amoeba. Here's a lot of information. I don't remember if we had to learn that or not. Oh well, not important. Miss Frizzle away. Oh, there's an old Scantron test between the pages. Can't look at that either. But if you wanted to, you can look at this topographic map. Look at it all topographic-y. Space. In Markiplier's words, it is so beautiful. In my words, it is also quite beautiful. He hit the nail on the head. Focalote's pendulum. It does something. Axis and rate of rotation. Look at the Earth in all its rotating glory. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Handington messed up on that Scantron test. The sun and the dome of the sky. Makes me think of Sandy's tree dome. Squirrels can survive underwater, children. It's science. Ionic bonds and electron transfer. Look at the sun, children. That's what the sun's made of. Atoms. You can't say that's not true. Oh, look. The Great Pyramids of Giza is also made of atoms. And also, I don't know, the Pokemon Bronzong, but squished. Oh, but inside this lump is a triangle hiding. Good to know. This is science, children. It's science. Bubbles. Calcite releasing carbon. CO2. Carbon dioxide. That's what it's called. I'm a good science teacher, Miss Frizzle's hand says. The hand of Miss Frizzle. Ooh, frizzly. I like this. Look, it's a laccolith. That sounds like a Pokemon. A stock, a bathylis, and a dike. Good old dikey. Like Nike, but instead of making shoes, they make volcanoes. Ooh, look at this. Handington loves rocks. These look like poop. This looks like something that's microscopic that you look very close up with on a microscope. This looks like the conglomerate. I read that from there. Oh, this is Franz Kafka's The Metamorphosis. This is what it looks like when he was transforming into a cockroach. More rocks. Good rocks. Good stuff. Oops. Oh, that was a cool way Handington wrote the notes to separate them apart. Nifty. Oh, look, it's more volcanoes. Handington quite enjoyed earth science. Let's see, there's some geothermal energy. There's the geo, and there's the thermal. And the energy is all around us. Spreading centers. That sounds like it could be the name of an inappropriate place. A grown-up house. Oh, look at this. Earth. Looks like a pearly onion. A good old lump. And that is magma. Important to note that part is magma. And these are the little arrows that work towards making the lump a lump. Very important. Very scientifical. Let's see. Hot spots. And there is Hawaii. Possibly. Yes, that's Hawaii. Yes. Good. Just skipping over numerous page chunks at a time. We don't have all day. This is a very important video to make. Why Handington is making it? Well, sometimes science can't explain things, kids. Oh, there's a burning church. Very, very important to learn about. And now we get the pictures back. This one is black and white, but this one is in color. Ooh, blue and orange. Handington's two favorite colors and color contrast. What is an earthquake? Do you really need to ask? It's when the earth quakes. It's in the name. The transition zone. Look at all that transitioning going on. There's somebody chopped the earth apart very neatly. This is sort of like Adventure Time if instead of having the earth be blown up in one spot, they just kind of cut that out and just kind of hope that it would grow back. And it hasn't. Examples of earthquake in Alaska. Those poor Alaskans. Earthquakes are no joking matter, so we're going to skip over that. Look, an igneous intrusion. This is what your pimples look like under the surface. It's science. See, even the earth has pimples. So if you're struggling and worrying about that, don't worry. Mother Earth is not... Mother Earth is suffering with you. Frost wedging. That sounds like something that you could use to cut through a glacier, except it's not. Like if you just took a wedge and tried to chip away at a glacier. That's what Handington thinks when he hears frost wedging. What is this video? That is what I think when I hear frost wedging, but what... I went into this video with the idea that I was going to just look through my earth science notebook and just kind of riff similar to what I did with the Euthyphro without actually caring. I know the earth science in this. I like earth science. I like studying rocks. I know what frost wedging is. It's when the frost gets in between rocks, the water gets in between rocks, and then it expands when it freezes and then breaks it apart. I feel like I'm doing earth science a disservice by doing this, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm going back through my high school notes. So, there we are. Also, my father is home, but he's downstairs and on the phone, so taking a risk while making this video. But I did it because I'm in the middle of cleaning up stuff, and I found this, and I wanted to make a video on it. So back to Miss Frizzle in hand form. Ooh, look, a volcano neck. You better put a sweater on a turtle neck on that volcano neck of yours. Look at these landslides. Beautiful, beautiful landsliding. That one's called a topple. Sounds like Popple from the Mario and Luigi series. Oh, look, floodplains. Look at all that water breaking apart, swishing around, taking it easy for us sinners. That's a Big Lebowski joke. It's science, children. Oh, look, the impermeable layer. But here's all the permeage. Capillary fringe. See, look at that. Even the Earth's skin is like our skin. Nature. Oh, look. A worker sorting hazardous waste for safe disposal. Yay! Oops. Very glad the Scantron was turned upside down, or else we'd have a problem here. Look at this guy. He drew happy things on the board. He used the original Louis... this guy. There's Patrick Star. There's Squidward. There's round SpongeBob. And there's the Earth exploding. There's Elsa. There's Elsa as she slowly starts to degrade when she doesn't have her morning coffee. She becomes 50% of herself. There's Elsa when she is exposed to more fire. And there's Elsa when she's burned alive. She becomes just a single compacted snowflake lump. Desert pavement. I want that nickel. It's a nickel. The Dust Bowl. It was a horrible, tragic event, but that just makes me think of Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls and how much I really want one right now. Dunes. Look at all those dooms. I meant dunes. There's the Franklin Dune, the Jimmy Dune, the Baha Men Dune. Oh, there we go. Now we can see it. The Barchan Dunes, the Parabolic Dunes, the longitudinal dunes, and the Traverse Dunes. Why did I have so much trouble saying that? I'm an earth science teacher, not an English teacher. Look at the waves. Wave to the waves now. Oh, there's a paper. Let's skip over that, because I don't want Handington's name to be seen again. Even though it's been revealed, we might as well skip over that. Only 50% actually reaches Earth, Handington wrote years ago, relating to heat budget of Earth and the atmosphere. Heat budget is such a lovely term for it, because even heat is on a budget. You think you have to budget your rent and your heat expenses? Well, heat also has to budget itself. Very important. Here's how cooking works. There's Handington right there. Handington is a time traveler. Car part. And let's see. Okay, there's the Coriolis effect. No Coriolis? Coriolis. What begins with Coriolis? Coriolis does. I also just realized that these are the teacher's notes. But they are my notes now. Remember, warm front brings rain. We remembered it, and we'll remember it for all time. Oh, look, electricity in a thunderstorm. / lightning. That's all you need to know for that note. Nothing else written about it. Nope, no more. That's all you need. That's all you need. Eye wall, and feeder bands. Okay. Storm track. Okay. America weather. And I think that's it for most of the stuff now. Nope. There's more. Temperature and precipitation. That guy's made of temperature. Or is he made of precipitation? Oh, you're Elsa, you're made of snow. I just realized that I've been saying Elsa the whole time, but I meant Olaf. But I've also been thinking Elsa at the same time. For some reason I thought... Alright, so for some reason I thought that she had a snowman form and an Elsa form. Because I was like aware that she was a snowman but also had flesh. So you see, Handington has been very, very stressed this past week. The stress has been very getting to him. And this is a way that he's able to feel very happy by making a completely stupid video that makes no sense. Oops. It seems that for some reason the video recording moved up. Oh well. That mean old elevation of land and sea. Father of modern oceanography. Are you gonna step in there? To that mean old elevation hurting the land and sea? You're just gonna stay there. Just stay in there. You're not doing anything. You jerk. Oh look, Earth science. These things, they bring back war flashbacks. Friday, June 15, 2015. Wowzers. And this is pretty. Look at those, they look like little rocks, but they're diatoms. And then there's a pile of diatoms all squished together. Calcite is the #1 sediment for cementing sedimentary rocks. I put those onto the side there because I'm going to look at them again. I think I wrote a note on the side, or I just like those pictures. I'm going to use them for something. Marine animal life. I wrote stuff on those pages, and I want to reuse them in something. Part of why I went through the book. There was a couple of pages I took out because I wanted to use them in a project that I'm working on now. So those are actually going to help me. I'm glad I found those pages. I'm going to actually go through these one more time to make sure that I get the pages that I need. This is totally coral. Or as Mr. Krabs says, coral. And then there's a Daphina. This is what Daphne looks like in her primal state in Scooby-Doo. She moves around with a little tiny swishy tail and a little chickadee face. Provides nutrients for deeper waters. Good old Daphina. There's a volcano, and underneath it, it has a butt. It is a giant underwater butt. And we're going to leave it with that. Thank you, friends, for sticking by this video. Your continued support is what helps me get through the difficult days. Bye.